Hello, Felicity. This is Daddy. I can't be here with you at the moment, so I'm sending you your good night story on video. So, as ever, this will be the story about Mr. Bear. Once upon a time, long ago, I lived a bear who lived in the forest. He lived in a house that he built all by himself. The roof was made out of old road signs, and the windows were made out of bottles and jam jars. And on the porch outside the front door was a huge armchair made out from old car tyres, just the right shape for a bear's bottom. Mr. Bear would sit there and liked it very much. He had a garage next door, and in the garage was a great big red tractor called Chuggy. Mr. Bear and Chuggy would go out having adventures. One day they were out having adventures chugging through the forest, where they came to the beaver's dam. That beaver's dam was all clogged up. An old dingy sailing boat had been let go and it had drifted downstream and made a mess right outside the dam. It was too heavy for the beavers to move. But when Chuggy and Mr. Bear got there, they asked him for help. Chuggy lowered his arms, scooped up the remains of the old boat, moved it to the shoreline. "Oh, thank you very much, Mr. Bear. How can we ever repay you?" "Oh, that's okay," said Mr. Bear. "It's good to help." And off he went on Chuggy. He thought he'd call in on Mr. Badger for a cup of tea. When he got to Badger's house could hardly be seen from a huge pile of bricks that some lazy person had abandoned in the forest. He could hear Mr. Badger shouting for help. And one by one he moved the bricks, and with the help of Chuggy, soon Mr. Badger's front door was clear again. "Oh, thank you for the help," said Mr. Badger. "Oh, that's okay," said Chuggy and Mr. Bear. "We like to help." And on they went. Eventually they got to the darkest, oldest part of the forest, and as they were chugging through, Mr. Bear thought he heard a very sad sound. He asked for Chuggy to chug quieter, and he got off the tractor and looked there at the roots of an old chestnut tree. There was a tiny little puppy. "Little puppy," said Mr. Bear, "what are you doing out here?" "I don't know," said the puppy. "I'm lost and alone and a bit scared." "Well, there's no need to be scared," said Mr. Bear. "You're not lost because I found you, and you're not alone because you're here with me and Chuggy now. Here." And he reached in his pocket and took out the last of his cheese sandwiches and gave one to the little puppy, who gobbled it up in no time at all. They chugged home on Chuggy. Mr. Bear let the new little puppy ride up front with him, and in no time at all they were back home, getting warm by the fire. Mr. Bear went in the kitchen and ladled out a bowl of his special sausage stew, which puppies love, and the puppy ate it up until his tummy was bursting, and then in the warmth of the fire that little puppy fell fast asleep. As soon as he was asleep, Mr. Bear got his tools, and he got the wood from the boat, and he got the bricks from the Badger's house, and he started building, and he built all night. Do you know what he built? He built a brilliant kennel for that little puppy. And when the little puppy woke up in the morning, he found Mr. Bear fast asleep inside it. He'd worked so busily all through the night, he was exhausted and had fallen to sleep. With the help of the Badger, and Mr. Beaver had come to help him. "Is this really for me?" said the puppy. "Yes, it's for you," said Mr. Bear. "You can stay here forever if you want now." "Oh, thank you, oh, thank you." "It just needs your name painting on the top," said Mr. Bear. "I don't know if I have a name," said the little tiny puppy. Mr. Bear thought, "Chestnut. I'll call you Chestnut, just like the tree you're under, if you'd like that." "I think I'd like that very much," said the puppy. And they all lived, Mr. Bear, Chestnut and their friends, lived happily ever after. Good night, Felicity. Good night.